Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot. Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
At Pascarella Brothers, we love creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pascarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
From forced hot air and hot water baseboards to steam heat and heat pumps, it doesn't matter if it's oil, natural gas, propane, or electricity. Let us help you feel the energy. B.A. Colella Heating and Cooling. Let your comfort be our concern.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything.
Thanks to Better with PT, everyone watching at home can enjoy this game at no cost.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of big state sports and the New Jersey high school student athletes.
AP Roofing and Siding, your local experts in roofing, siding, trim, and exterior work. We deliver the best service, quality products, and peace of mind, no matter the size of the job. Call now for your free estimate at 908-879-4729 or visit us at aproofingendsiding.com.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20-plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
At Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer's number one. We offer a variety of products and automotive services to enhance your vehicle's performance. Our mission is simple. We never promise more than we can deliver, and we always give the customer more than they expect. Because at Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer's number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in wide open net. Too easy right there.
Molly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin. Here we go. And it got the pin fly. That would win it for Warren Hill.
Great senior night ceremony here at Limbey Valley High School.
A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
And he break his record. Cynthia Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to
Lineups ahead tonight on more Sussex.
Time for a home opener at Rutgers Newark here at Frederick Douglass Field in Newark, New Jersey. And it's a USL2 matchup between Morris Elite and Staten Island Athletic Sporting Club here in Newark on what has turned out to be a more gorgeous day than you think. We had the opener of our doubleheader between Morris Elite and Hudson Valley, which started out in the rain and then turned to sunshine. But in between games, we saw a major downpour, and now it is sun out again. The sun is out again, and so will our two teams in just a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone. Robbie Basil here on the call for you here for game number 2. And I'll be alongside Josh Solomon in just a couple of minutes. Looking at this Morris Elite team, they're heading in an interesting direction, coming off of that loss against Long Island Rough Riders. And Josh actually will join us for the intro today. Josh, interesting spot for Morris Elite. As we take a look at their starting 11 today with Molina in goal, they have a couple of interesting spots that you can look at for their lineup and a couple interesting players that you can look to watch out for as players to watch. But what should we most be looking forward to for Morris Elite today?
I think for Morris Elite, you're looking to see, unfortunately, an effort that we didn't see from the women's, which was the attacking effort that I think the men's team hopefully will be able to bring to the pitch today. It was a 2-0 loss earlier for the women's squad. 2 late goals, played basically past the 80th minute for the USLW side. Now the men's side coming back here for their first home match of the season. Very excited to watch what they can bring. And some players that along the way I'm sure we'll both touch on, as you already talked about with Molina, the 2023 Big East All-Academic Team player, 5 clean sheets in 2024, the goalkeeper, hoping to keep Staten Island off the board.
On the flip side, Staten Island, they're a team that has been dangerous heading towards the upper half of the table in the Metro. They're a team that have been that can be really good, but they can fall a little bit as well. They fell to Morris Elite the first time these two have played. They played a couple of, really about a week and change ago. What should we watch out for them? They're in, like I said, 4th in the league. They could find a way to backdoor a playoff spot. What should we be watching out for from Staten Island ASC?
Well, again, Staten Island, I think for maintaining the pace, I want to hopefully see a Morris Elite attack, obviously, as I just mentioned, but in order to kind of combat that, Staten Island, what they can do, just control that pace, control the possession, and if they want to have any chance of winning the match this afternoon, or I say at this point now as we're transitioning to that evening period, we've been here for a little bit, Robbie, but now this evening is controlling the pace, I think will help bring them success.
It should be fun, and as we prepare to hear our starting lineups from Joshua, we'll do PA in just a moment. Let's shout out some of our sponsors as we thank these sponsors for sponsoring Morris Elite, including Fast Signs, Gina's Pizzeria, Adidas, Soccer.com, Dr. Oscar Vasquez Orthopedic Surgery, and Jag One. We thank you again for sponsoring Morris Elite. As we're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff, more in-depth analysis and lineups along with kickoff just moments away. Really about 7 minutes or so till kickoff. As we're preparing to probably play a little bit of football under the lights, as you would say.
Absolutely excited for it. Again, kickoff just moments away. We're waiting for the teams to take the field, and yeah, we can have some more PA announcing from myself. But Morris Elite lining up alongside Staten Island. Both teams getting ready to take the field.
Yes, indeed they are. Morris Elite will be in the sky blue kits with the white shorts. Staten Island in more of a brown color. Staten Island, as mentioned, 4th in the table, but they can do some damage. Trying to get revenge against Morris Elite. Kickoff and the beginning of play in about just 6 minutes time. Referees will be in the yellow, the traditional yellow jerseys. Goalkeepers will be in purple and pink, or rather a purple and or navy and purple. And actually, for Staten Island, they'll be with the white front with the brown sleeves. You can see them on your right side of your screen. Morris Elite being in the sky blue. We'll get more in-depth analysis in just a moment, but let's take a quick moment to pause and wait for the beginning of our match with our PA announcer, Josh Solomon. Welcome back to Rutgers Newark. Let's take a look at the starting 11s first for Morris Elite. Matias Molina, he's the one in goal. Back four of Yi, Tolkien, Campoli, and Fellman. Holding midfield, it's Luengo and Rosso. Attacking midfield of Karbanik, Rubis, and Sula. And up front is the South Korean in Juni Lee, who will be playing in that number 9, that center forward position, who started his career at Mount St. Mary's and now at NJIT. We're almost getting ready for the coin toss as well. Referees will be in yellow, as mentioned before. On the flip side, for Staten Island, they're going with a 4-3-3. Leo Perlman starts in goal. Back four of Kamara, Monticelli, Williams, and Sarag. Midfield three of Jaya, Espinosa, and Roca. And a front three of Powder, Daniel, and Faustin. A little bit different formation-wise for Staten Island. This go around, they played what would be traditionally known as the 4-4-2 old school tactic, and this weekend they go with the 4-3-3, and so many ways you can play either of the two formations. It'll be something fun to watch out for, as we're just minutes away, or rather moments away now, from kickoff here at Rutgers Newark. Morris Elite and Staten Island, these two met about 12 days ago now, with Morris Elite coming out victorious at Staten Island. And now in the return leg, Staten Island looking to flip the script. And they'll be, as mentioned before, in the white with the brown. Morris Elite trying to come off, who are coming off of a 2-0 loss at the Long Island Rough Riders at Mitchell Field in Garden City. So they're taking their team sheet photo now. One of the big names on this roster, Matias Molina, the Seton Hall goalkeeper from Rosario, Argentina. Started on all 10 of his appearances last season at Seton Hall. He'll look to be the force in net that Morris Elite will need. A couple other players to watch out for in Morris Elite. Karbanik, he'll be playing on the wing at the bottom of your screen. It'll be Morris Elite to kick us off tonight. It'll be Juni Lee to get us started. A matchup that we've seen before, but a matchup that has a lot of intrigue and interest as well. Robbie Basil and Josh Solomon ready to take you through this intriguing matchup in USL League 2. Whistle is blown. We are underway from Rutgers Newark in the USL2 home opener for Morris Elite. Morris Elite going from left to right in the sky blue, and the white and brown with orange numbers. And white and brown with orange numbers is Staten Island. Hitting it forward is Campoli, looking for Juni Lee, and he's going to take down the left back for Staten Island. That's Monticelli, as he gets a little bit of assistance getting up by Juni Lee. Second game of our doubleheader here on Morris Elite TV. Morris Elite in USLW fell 2-0 just about an hour ago now against Hudson Valley in a game that was back and forth all the way, and a game that was in the end won by the visitors. But Morris Elite in USL2 trying to flip that script, as we're going to get a foul on the far side. And it'll be a free kick. Rosso was the one who conceded the foul, I believe. Correction, it was Karbanik who went to the far side, and he was the one who conceded the foul. So free kick coming. So an early set piece for Staten Island.
Absolutely, and in just the first couple minutes, 2 fouls against Morris Elite.
Cross whipped in, cleared away only for a moment, but a second clearance away by Campoli, and now Staten Island look to whip that ball back into the box, but it's going to go over everyone. Even over the head of Peter Tolkien, who lets it go, and it's out for a goal kick.
First time we get to see Molina kick the ball today, as you mentioned him a little bit earlier, Robbie. A nice short kick, though. He's not sending it too far yet.
Don't really need to. Here's Peter Tolkien, the defender from Butler. Now back to Campoli and swung over to Tolkien. Now it's Yee. Morris Elite playing it through their back line and trying to find their footing in this early match, but Morris Elite get dispossessed, and Staten Island looked to progress on the break, but pulling it out was Daniel, and it's going to go out of play for a Staten Island throw. Brief interception, duel in the corner, but hit forward by Morris Elite. Here's Lee, and now Morris Elite progressing forward with wheels. Carbonek is on the break, numbers in the box for Morris Elite. And it's going to get poked away. Good work by Jaden Williams, but it was Carbonek who was sprinting through that right wing, and a good bit of work there from Morris Elite.
We finally have, well, not finally, it's only been 3 minutes, but we have our first Morris Elite set-piece opportunity on this corner. See if they can convert early.
Matthew Yee will be the one to take, the midfielder from Delaware Wilmington. He'll take that corner from the near side. Just not even 4 minutes in, and each team getting a set piece early on. Ball whipped in, back post, headed on, blocked for a moment, appeal for a handball. Staten Island still struggling to clear. Morris Elite have it on that far side, and good bit of work defensively by Sarag, and the ball was cleared out of play. Actually was off a Morris Elite player, and it'll be a throw-in for Staten Island. We're going to get a foul now on that far side in front of the spectators. Might have been Faustine, the native of Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of players, I'm saying a lot, a few rather, players from the Central American island in Trinidad and Tobago. Here's Malachi Daniel, and he gets dispossessed by Carbonek, and now numbers will try to progress forward for Morris Elite. Here is Carbonek again. Progressed into the wide areas. Asula tried to find a low cross, but it gets cleared out only to the feet of Rosso.
Trinidad and Tobago, isn't that the island where famous goalkeeper Shaka Hislop, I believe,
I'm not sure.
played his games?
The big story with them, in terms of football, a lot of people know them for their victory over the United States men's national team that eliminated the U.S. from qualifying for World Cup 2018. A country that actually won a national team game last night against St. Kitts and Nevis, 6-2.
Yeah, he was the Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper, the first member of the country's World Cup team. He was among them when they made it, I believe, back in 2006.
We do have a couple of players from there, as mentioned, but they're not on the ball. Morris Elite is, and it's Carbonek trying to save it from going over the end line, but his cross was intercepted, and was trying to be cleared away, and now Morris Elite got an interception of their own. Good turn and low cross, but deflected and then headed away by Sarag. Here's Rosso. Now Yee. He gets it back once more. And now back into the wide areas with Sula. His cross. A shot and a block. Good work there by the Staten Island defense. Morris Elite had a really good effort in the 18-yard box and have had some solid opportunities so far. And they're going to play all the way back to the feet of Matias Molina. What have you liked so far from this Morris Elite group? They're creating some opportunities. They've gotten a good bit of balls down the wings with Carbonik and Sula. What's been the biggest thing you've liked from them so far?
The intensity on offense. I think they're having a majority of the possession so far, although we've only seen now being in the 8th minute. But Morris Elite has had their foot on the gas pedal. I think we talked about it pregame that something that, you know, the women's team kind of struggled with early on in their game. Here's another chance.
It is an opportunity. It's Sula on his shot blocked again. Another block shot for Staten Island.
I will say on the opposite end, like you just said, the block shots for Staten Island, they're putting their bodies on the line in that box right now. Just resistant. Not allowing Morris Elite to get their shots even towards the goalkeeper.
Seth Powder trying to dribble past Zach Feldman. And the duel will be won by the player from Wesleyan. As Morris Elite are back in possession. Seth Powder, definitely someone to watch out for Staten Island. You'll see him on the near side in the number 19 in white and brown. But so far, Morris Elite's defense won. And it's Seth Powder 0 in terms of duels so far. Here's a turnover on the far side. Staten Island have numbers. Good turn, player taken down. There's an appeal by Powder, but the ball gets taken away by Morris Elite, and they want to go. Now it's Rubis, wide to Sula. And a good interception there by Miguel Espinosa. Another one of the Central Americans on this side for Staten Island, native of Panama City, Panama. His pass was briefly taken away by Yi. He listed as a midfielder, but getting the start at left back tonight. Sliding over on, he'll be on that far side. He's probably standing under that USLW sign or in line with it. Here's Junee Lee, native of South Korea. Started his career at Mount St. Mary's, but has transferred to NJIT. Always was one of those forwards in the MAC that you wanted to watch out for. So if he gets the ball at his feet, he could really do some damage in the open field.
It was on the 3rd team All-MAC in that rookie season too.
A MAC conference that has seen a lot of quality strikers in the last couple of years. One notable one being Camila Zam Ruiz from Iona, who now played in recent years with NYCFC2. There's a long cross in the direction of Carbonik, but it's taken away.
No bias there, right?
Nah, not from me, no. Here's Powder. Good bit of defensive play there by the Morris Elite defender. That was Benjamin Luengo. They give it up right away, and now a duel in the midfield, and we're going to get a foul from the center referee. Blows it right nearly on the, or we kicked our game off from the same spot. Neither team with a goal so far. Noah Roca, by the way, was the one who won the foul, but the free kick was intercepted by the team in light blue. And now Morris Elite have numbers on the break. Here's Yi trying to get to the byline, but his cross chested down by Monticelli. Monticelli is the way to say it, the Italian native. Also one of a couple of 2 players to play at Lubbock Christian University. He gets to start at right center back tonight. But Morris Elite back in possession once more. It's wide with Feldman. That's a good ball trying to find Campoli. Now it's with Rubis. His shot blocked again by Roca. They keep possession with Feldman.
Listen, they might be upset, but Staten Island's defense has been absolutely relentless. I know just as Morris Elite's offense has been, but have we seen a shot on goal to where Perelman has had to make a save? I don't think so.
Not that I know of so far.
It's been all Morris Elite on offense. I completely agree in that statement. But in terms of the shots on goal, the defense of Staten Island has been commanding, really denying any opportunity that where a shot has been on net, or at least aimed towards the net. It hasn't reached there.
Morris Elite briefly turning it over. Duel about 25 yards from goal. Duel that still was progressing, but taken away by Jaya. And now the ball will go all the way back to the feet of Perelman. Good pressure there by Morris Elite. And we have a physical duel between Feldman and Powder. You'll see that duel happen a lot. Here's a late sliding challenge. And this could get very interesting. It looked like a little bit of a late challenge. A possible stud up as well. That tackle could have gone many other ways, but the referee will say it was a little bit reckless, a little bit careless rather is the correct term to use as a referee. And it'll be a free kick, a set piece for Morris Elite. That challenge, Josh, could have gone, it could have ended in multiple different ways, including, who knows,
yellow card.
Yellow, or if the connection or the placement of the leg or studs of the boot were different, he could have seen red.
Regardless, though, Robbie, another set piece opportunity for Morris Elite.
Will be taken by Luengo. Trying to get it towards the penalty spot, but headed away by the 10 of Espinosa. And the next ball is trying to be knocked towards the corner flag, but it'll go out of play. Still a throw-in. But it'll be in an area where Morris Elite will try to press forward. As we're heading towards the 15th minute, about to be 1/3 of the way done with this opening half. And here's a ball knocked towards Junie Lee and took a big hit, shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, but the physicality of Staten Island really showing now as they'll go out and win the goal kick.
And out in the corner there, Irvin Sula was like, guys, come on, we got to pressure them. I mean, this Morris Elite team, I think you know what their mentality is right now. As you can see, as they're passing around the back, Staten Island is. Just attack whoever has the ball right now. Try and gain a turnover towards their side. They've been very successful at that so far, so why change it up?
Goes all the way back, the ball now towards Monticelli. Knocks it forward, but it's headed away for a moment by Morris Elite. Now it is on the far side. Gets past one, but headed away by Tolkien. A lot of pressure, and ball kept in by the boys in blue, and a duel in the midfield, but it's won by Morris Elite once again. And now it's with Luengo, and you'll go all the way back to the feet of Matias Molino, who hasn't had a lot to do so far in this contest. 0-0 through 16 minutes. The opportunities for sure have been created. So far, nothing to show for it. Junie Lee took a hit from behind. Morris Elite are trying to progress once again. Now Luengo. Luengo wants to go for it, and another block shot, this time by the Italian native of Monticelli. Now it's Powder, but good work by Carbonek. He was the one who forced the turnover this time.
Through these first 17 minutes, Morris Elite has been so dominant offensively, just keeping the ball in their possession, and that all starts with defense. Quickly getting turnovers and making it right back down the other way. As you can see, they're just plotting now. They're plotting how they're able to attack. I know they haven't gotten shots on goal yet. I've mentioned that, but this defense turning to offense has been relentless.
Carbonek's pass taken away.
Look at this.
Forced by Roca, but another interception and another long shot, but goes just wide. You can hear the Morris Elite bench And the shouts they are having, they must be liking what they're seeing so far. Talk us through this one, John.
I'm loving what I'm seeing too. Now the shot is not there, but when you're not getting an opportunity to get towards the box, when they have been getting towards the box, Morris Elite, it's been immediately shut down by that Staten Island defense at the line, not even be able to make it towards the net. So if you have to shoot 5 to 10 yards at the box to at least get a shot on goal, to say I got a shot on goal, then that's that's what you're going to have to do at the end of the day.
Here's Espinosa, but he gets tackled by Feldman. And now Morris Elite look to progress up the pitch once more. Here's Rubis, wide to Sula. Sula, forward from Life University, tries to go with a long switch from side to side, but it's too far. Unable to be possessed by Olivier Carbonek.
Now here's a throw-in right by the box for Morris Elite. They throw it as far as they can, and already almost a turnover. I mean, no, that's going to be a foul.
Seth Powder is going to win the free kick this time. Foul conceded, I believe, by Luengo. And play is likely just going to slow down a tiny bit, but you're seeing the energy from both of these sides. The first 19 minutes, this game is flying right along.
I mean, what? Besides on the defensive side, in terms of midfielders and attacking, what energy from Staten Island? There hasn't been any. They haven't gotten the ball.
Here's a challenge on the far side, and it'll be a foul conceded by Matthew Yee.
What I've seen is attacking midfield play. Defensive end has been superb so far for Morris Elite. They haven't been able to get to the attacking third, Staten Island, since right in the beginning of the game in those first couple minutes. Besides that, we haven't really seen them at all.
We do have a player down on the far side. We'll see who it is. That might be, I'm actually not sure.
I think that's Shaheem Faustin.
That might be the forward from Trinity College East in Trinidad and Tobago. And it was Faustin, but he's able to get up. He is okay. He's actually dropped a little bit more centrally now. Here he is on the ball with Faustin. Faustin, the native of Trinidad and Tobago, has made caps at the under 15s level for his country. And a player that, if you get him space, he's one of the more dangerous players in the league. He's one of the multiple players who started all 3 matches for Staten Island this season so far. Of course, with this being, for both of these sides, match week 4.
Always fun seeing the international talent here at USL2.
Good switch created by Monticelli. And now a run towards the end line. First cross block, second block denied. Good work there by Matthew Yee, causing problems once again. And unlike the amount of set pieces that Morris Elite have had, it's going to be a set piece coming for Staten Island.
I was going to say it took a while, but we finally made it here in the 21st minute. Staten Island gets an opportunity to convert on a corner chance, and who knows, these might be few and far between with how good Morris Elite's defense has been. So let's see if they convert here.
Multiple numbers in the box. Whipped in, punched away by Molina, but only to the top of the 18, and Olivier Carbonek kicked it out of play, so it will be a throw about a couple of yards off of the top of the box, or in line with the top of the box. Throwing goes back.
He miskicked that.
Indeed he did. Not the best timing. And we're going to have foul conceded by Monticelli, and he's going to have some words for the center referee.
Yeah, that was Jaden Williams with the kick that kind of started it all, just with the wrong part of his foot, sent that one upwards, and then went into a little bit of a spiral that led to that foul by Staten Island, and Morris Elite will take over. Referee saying you started a little bit too quickly. We're going to take that one again.
Jaden Williams, another one of the players from Trinidad and Tobago, plays at the New College of Florida, making his first start on the season, made his debut against Ironbound fairly recently, and trying to be rock solid at least attempt to be, at right back. Here's an errant pass by Seth Powder, and it'll go out of play for a throw.
We've talked about Trinidad and Tobago products and how international play, as I mentioned, always great to see here, in USL2. And then on the other side for Morris Elite, you have a player from Korea as well, with Junie Lee making the start today. So just great seeing all these players from all different parts of the world contribute to these teams.
Here's Seth Powder on the wing. Drops it back to Roca. Roca dancing through defenders, but excellent work there by Luengo. And Morris Elite are able to clear. Luengo has been superb so far. He's playing in that holding midfield position, or what some would call the number 6 position on the pitch, even though he wears number 5. And here he is on the ball once more. Drops it off to Karbonik. And Morris Elite are going to elect to go all the way back.
And by the way, just a heads up for everyone watching, when those balls are in the air coming from right to left, so where Staten Island, where Morris Elite is attacking, but when Staten Island's going the other way, there's that glare, a big glare from the sun that's currently, on its way of setting right now, that when that ball's in the air, it's really, really hard to see. So keep that in mind if you see it being a factor later on in this game.
Here's a little bit of a careless tackle by Luengo on Roca. And he will concede the foul just inside of Morris Elite territory. 0-0 through 24 minutes. Morris Elite and Staten Island ASC. In the second matchup of 2 on the season between these two sides. Here's Karbonik. Now Luengo, as he tries to have Morris Elite push up the field once again. Here's Yi. Now at the feet of Pablo Rosso. And now Junie Lee to Karbonik. Dancing past defenders and just drop it off to Rosso. Morris Elite, who conceded only 2 to Long Island Rough Riders, have been in almost complete control early on. Not a lot of chances created by Staten Island so far. And the ball's been on the right side of your screen for the majority of the first 25 minutes. There's a duel on the far side that will end up with the ball trying to be cleared by the 7 of Falston. But it's out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. Actually going to the way of Staten Island. So 25 minutes in, 0-0. What do you think Staten Island have to change? I mean, they have to possibly create a little bit more. And
we're going to see an early substitution, I think.
Indeed we are. We are seeing a change inside 26 minutes. The player coming onto the pitch is the New York native Giannis Sapim, and he replaces number 17 of Maziko Jaya. So just to repeat the sub again for everyone at home, Giannis Sapim is on replacing Maziko Jaya. Here's a free kick that's going to be won. And a free kick won by Morris Elite again. The one thing I've liked from Morris Elite so far that you haven't really touched on yet is their work in between the lines, you'd say. They actually just turned it over and it got cleared away. But their work in holding midfield and central in the attacking midfield, the connection between the two of them have been, I think, a fair way to put it, has been really good so far.
Absolutely, Robbie. I mean, I completely agree, and I think it's something that we were surprised about coming into this match. I would say so far you would agree with me is that in comparison to the last few matches against Long Island too, is that Morris Elite wasn't expected to come out with this offensive urgency that we've been seeing so far.
That's a fair way to put it. I mean, both of these two have squared off already, and it was 0-0 through 45 minutes, I believe. And it was a second half that went to the way of Morris Salite, as there's going to be another foul, and looks like we'll have the center referee possibly give a talking to. And we might possibly see our first yellow card of the match. Doesn't look like Monticelli is on the side currently of the center referee, as we're over the halfway point in this opening half already. 0-0 into minute number 28. Staten Island already making a change as they brought on Yanis Sapim, who came off the bench against Ironbound. Only making another bench appearance tonight. Here's a duel off the free kick, and it'll be headed out for a corner. So Morris Elite will have another set piece opportunity here in the 28th minute.
Hey, let's go hunting!
You can hear how vocal this Morris Elite coaching staff
yeah,
are.
saying let's go hunting.
Let's see what.
Ready for another set piece opportunity here for Morris Elite.
We'll see how this set piece comes, how it turns out. Whipped in towards the back post, headed away for a moment, but not fully cleared, and now fully cleared by Sirag. Now go all the way to Matias Molina, who's nearly playing where Benjamin Luengo usually features in holding midfield.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at how Molina fielded that ball. I mean, he's practically blind there with the glare that's happening. He's always has one hand right now over his face because he just plainly can't see. The glare is coming down here at Frederick Douglass Field. As you can see on your screen, this entire side where Staten Island's defending is already kind of in the shady side, and when you go down the other way, all sunshine. So keep that in mind.
You can see the brightness towards the bottom, and on the left side, coming into the sunny side of the pitch was Powder, and he takes down the 22 for Morris Elite. It's Zach Feldman, another player who's had a really good start tonight. It's Feldman at right back. Feldman, the native of Livingston, New Jersey, made 30 appearances over his first 2 years at Wesleyan. He's on the ball right now for Morris Elite. Here's a challenge and a turnover. And now numbers are on the break for Staten Island. Here's Faustine. Good work there by Tolkien at center back to force another interception. Brilliant work by him.
I wanted to wait until that play was over because, I don't know, that was right in front of us, and I thought it was a foul on Staten Island. Ref said play on. It ends up working out. Ball don't lie, but definitely something that, wanted to say something about because that was literally, Robbie, right in front of our eyes.
It was a close duel. Referee says play on. And play does continue with Junie Lee trying to slip a through ball forward towards Sula, but it was collected by Leo Perlman.
Yeah, Leo Perlman, that's, I think, the first time we've seen him be a little bit more athletic and run towards the front of the box.
Here's Powder looking for a through ball towards Espinosa. He's able to keep it alive. Espinosa trying to find a pass, but it's taken away by Morris Elite. Junie Lee with the interception. And now Morris Elite moving from left to right. They're trying to find that opening goal, and a scoreless affair through 31 minutes. Now it's wide at the feet of Yee, and now he drops it off to Tolkien, and now moves over to Campoli. Move towards the near side. Now flicked on with Carbonic. Now wide and with Lee. Rosso received the next pass, and he draws the foul. So another set piece opportunity. Interestingly enough, a lot of physical duels, a lot of fouls, no yellow cards yet. What do you think about that one, Josh?
Referees telling them to play on. I think, as we dig in later into the match, maybe some repeat offenders who got away with one in the first time. I think the referee will keep that in the back of his head, and if he sees it again, maybe you'll start to see a card there. But I like the idea. We're only just over 30 minutes into the match. Second half, you can worry about those cards. Let's keep them in the pockets, I would say, for right now.
It'll be Luengo to take. It's free kick from about 30 to 35 yards, give or take 5. It'll be Luengo to take with multiple numbers in the box. Whipped in, back post, headed on, but wide. That was Campoli, I believe, at the back post. And another good chance for Morris Elite.
It certainly was, and you take a look at this cross into the box, I really don't think you can ask for a better one. Yes, it's a little bit far to the left, and that's a really hard header to get on goal, but really a nice set-piece opportunity for Morris Elite. Very, very close to capitalizing on it, and a nice play by Campoli to at least get his head on again. I don't know if we talked about this yet, but the SS Lazio Academy player.
Yes. There's a throw-in taken by Sarag for Staten Island. Flicked on, and now a duel on the far side. That's one for a throw. Dropping in to help was Malachi Daniel, who we haven't said a lot about today. Here he is on the ball. Drops it off, and now Staten Island trying to build something in the midfield, but Morris Elite say no for now. But another duel taken away, and now here comes Staten Island near side with Powder, and it's out of play, and Morris Elite are going to win a throw-in. Excellent work there by Feldman, playing it from what looked like off of Powder, and now for a throw. Here's Junie Lee. And now the ball go all the way back. And now progressing forward is Tolkien. Here's Luengo.
And you see on your screen right there, as he kind of fades away now, but again, Molina with trying to shade his eyes the best he can using that right hand. He's been using it so far the entire match, and I think it's going to take till the second half for him to fully have a view of the pitch without having to, try and get shade with one of his hands.
Not a bad through ball attempt, but it was taken away by Monticelli. Now here he is on the ball once more. Monticelli progressing down the near side wing. Tried to flick it past one of the Morris Elite defenders, but Karbonik had it at his feet, but then Monticelli, good work by him. A man who usually plays left center back trying to progress through the left wing. Able to get a steal of his own, and now Staten Island are progressing with speed, but Morris Elite have other ideas. And we're going to get a whistle. I believe a foul was called. The referee did not give advantage that time. Heading towards the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time in this opening half. Morris Elite 0, Staten Island ASC 0. With Robbie Basil and Josh Solomon on the call tonight from Newark, New Jersey. Ball flicked on, headed away by Williams. Now an attempted clearance by Russo, knocked down by Tolkien. Now a turnover, and the ball hit out of play and out for a throw-in.
I can certainly say that the Morris Elite offensive momentum has slowed down the last few minutes. Haven't seen the same intensity, I think, as we did with pressuring on the ball against Staten Island when they were on defense, but maybe that'll change. A counter-attacking opportunity for Morris Elite.
Jake Rubis got the initial steal, and a double sliding challenge could have ended very poorly. And looks like there is a player down. Referee does say play on for now.
That player gingerly for Staten Island, but he is getting back up and back jogging again, which is always good to see.
Looked like that might have been the 12 of Noah Roca, playing that right center mid position, and he's been fairly solid out there so far. There's a long diagonal ball in the direction of Foston, but it was headed away by Yee. and out for a throw. Good battle with Malachi Daniel. He gets away from one. Malachi Daniel progressing. Malachi Daniel just wide. But they say it's a corner. And if we do have a Morris Elite player down, let's look at that last play again.
Yeah, let's definitely take a look at that one. Just navigating, weaving his way through, finds an opening with that right foot and just shy of the left post. If that one snuck in, it would have been unfortunate for Matthias Molina. Gets a break there. I would say a lucky break, as you know, when you put a player in that position that can shoot with his right foot, you're lucky that that one doesn't go in.
Near side corner now coming for Staten Island. Whipped in towards the penalty spot and it was headed on, but far wide of what would be Molina's left post. And out of play, and it'll be a goal kick with about 7 minutes to go. And while we have a stoppage of play, let's thank our sponsors once again for sponsoring Morris Elite. While we have a moment, we'd like to thank Fast Signs, Gina's Pizzeria, Adidas, Soccer.com, Dr. Oscar Vasquez Orthopedic Surgery, and Jag One. We thank you again for sponsoring Morris Elite. Under 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Long ball over the top, intended for Lee, headed away by Williams. He's running a little bit gingerly. Maybe something must be wrong with Jaden Williams. Looks like he might have been grabbing. He's walking a little bit gingerly. Something to watch out for in the coming minutes. There's a ball attempted to be hit up the pitch by Daniel. And the follow-up was taken away by Luengo. This pass is going to go wide, but too far wide, you can say. And it'll be out of play for a throw. Very similar to the early game of the day with Morris Elite and USLW. 0-0 for the majority and possibly all of half number one. There's a sliding challenge by E, but escaping was Staten Island. And now they go wide to Shamai Kamara. Powder tried to do a 1-2 with Kamara, but it was intercepted by Rosso. And his clearance was then taken away by Monticelli, and then another takeaway. And now Morris Elite are on the break with numbers. Irvin Sula will be the one to the ball first. Sula progresses into the 18. Sula gets taken down. No penalty, says the referee. And play on, he says. And that ball will go out for a throw.
I was going to say that is probably going to be a call against Jake Rubis.
They're going to signal throw in. Rubis.
Really?
If that was him, the ball went out of play. Actually, they are going to signal a free kick. Referee initially pointed for a throw, but he'll bring it back for a free kick.
I think he tripped on him, but it practically looked like he tackled him to the ground and was falling on top of him, so it makes sense that it would end up being a free kick, turning into basically a goal kick now for Perelman.
We've seen one substitution so far, and it was Yanis Sapim who came on, but we haven't said his name very much in the early stages of this contest. Here's Powder. Drops it off for Kamara. Here's Powder once more. Long switch from him. That's an excellent ball, but excellent defending by Morris Elite once again. And it's hit forward by Tolkien. And that ball next will go out for a throw. They're going to say it deflected off of a Morris Elite player. Final 3 minutes and change in this opening half, with both teams getting opportunities. Nice flick there by Junie Lee to keep it in.
Gonna have to assume it'll be pretty close to the time given in terms of the 45 minutes, maybe an additional 1 minute.
Well, we're gonna get possibly a little bit of extra stoppage time as we're gonna get our first yellow card of the match. We're taking a look at that last challenge. Progressing forward was Luengo, and he just gets clipped from behind, and referee gives an immediate yellow card. Couldn't really tell to what number. We'll hopefully get an update fairly soon. As we're waiting for play to resume. Not really sure. It was one of the attacking players on the right side.
We're also going to get an upcoming Morris Elite substitution. Luengo.
Actually, Luengo just coming back on. He was receiving treatment.
Oh, okay. So Luengo making his way back onto the pitch.
And Luengo was receiving treatment. We just got a confirmed yellow card to the substitute, Yanis Sapim. Was the one who received the yellow, so comes on as a substitute. And in his time on the pitch so far, received a yellow card. There's Karbanik, a great through ball. Junie Lee with it. It's Lee! Too easy for Junie Lee! And Morris Elite strike first here in Newark. And it's the South Korean in Junie Lee who get Morris Elite on the board. Morris Elite 1, Staten Island 0.
Let's take a look at this goal from Junie Lee. It all starts with the through ball in front to get himself on that right foot, takes a step, takes a strike, and gets it into the top left corner of the net.
Excellent work there by Junie Lee. We've talked about him in the past, in segments before, but Junie Lee getting the goal for Morris Elite. Junie Lee able to open the scoring as we're inside the final seconds of the opening half, with Morris Elite leading a goal to 0. Through ball intended for Lee once more. And now an interception, and now Morris Elite progressing into the 18-yard box. Luengo, back post delivery, headed on, but a little bit too high. That was Rubis, who's moving forward from his attacking midfield position.
Let's take a look at this one now again. Morris Elite just in all of their flavor now, throwing it into the box. A really, really nice cross in, and just not able to finish that one off, as now we reach 45 minutes. So we'll see with the goal how many more minutes get added on, but I think that is the momentum switch if I've ever seen one after that goal, Robbie.
1 additional minute signaled by the 4th official. So it looks like it will be only 1, but it could be more due to possible events in the latter stages, the latter seconds of this opening half.
I mean, Robbie, if you're wanting a goal to come in the first half, having it right before halftime where you can carry that momentum into the half is crucial for any team. So for Morris Elite to be on that one first, as you see now, it just feels that this attack has life.
Here is an attack with Karbanik. And now Morris Elite do have a player down. It's Luengo. Play will continue. But Tolkien's going to get an interception and just knock it out of play. As we're going to get a holdup of play. Luengo is asking how that wasn't a foul, and you have the argument, as we're going to get a yellow card. We'll see who to.
I think it was Kamara with the throw-in.
It might have been Kamara with the throw-in.
He went right up to him.
I believe it was Kamara, and if you remember correctly, he was the one who did the challenge on Luengo, so it looks like they will be bringing that one back technically with a yellow card to the left back.
So now 2 yellow cards awarded, and I think that just pent up anger right after the goal Morris Elite has this momentum. So along with Morris Elite's 1-goal lead as we reach halftime, 2 yellow cards sent against Staten Island.
Entertaining 45 minutes here at Rutgers Newark in Newark, New Jersey. But through this first half, a late goal by June Neely, the difference here in the first half. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. It ends in the first half, Morris Elite 1, Staten Island 0.
These free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot. Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
At Pascarella Brothers, we love creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pascarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
From forced hot air and hot water baseboards to steam heat and heat pumps, it doesn't matter if it's oil, natural gas, propane, or electricity. Let us help you feel the energy. B.A. Colella Heating and Cooling. Let your comfort be our concern.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything.
Thanks to Better with PT, everyone watching at home can enjoy this game at no cost.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of big state sports and the New Jersey high school student athletes.
AP Roofing and Siding, your local experts in roofing, siding, trim, and exterior work. We deliver the best service, quality products, and peace of mind, no matter the size of the job. Call now for your free estimate at 908-879-4729 or visit us at aproofingendsiding.com.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20-plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
At Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. We offer a variety of products and automotive services to enhance your vehicle's performance. Our mission is simple. We never promise more than we can deliver, and we always give the customer more than they expect. Because at Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot. Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
At Pascarella Brothers, we love creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pascarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
From forced hot air and hot water baseboards to steam heat and heat pumps, it doesn't matter if it's oil, natural gas, propane, or electricity. Let us help you feel the energy. B.A. Colella Heating and Cooling. Let your comfort be our concern.
When the storm hits, don't let your roof quit. We are fast, we are strong, we get it done right.
Wow, I need that roofer.
That's Proven Roofing. They're the best. For roofs that last, just give us a ring. Proven Roofing. We do everything.
Thanks to Better with PT, everyone watching at home can enjoy this game at no cost.
Green Home Solutions is a huge supporter of big state sports and the New Jersey high school student athletes.
AP Roofing and Siding, your local experts in roofing, siding, trim, and exterior work. We deliver the best service, quality products, and peace of mind, no matter the size of the job. Call now for your free estimate at 908-879-4729 or visit us at aproofingendsiding.com.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20-plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
At Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer's number one. We offer a variety of products and automotive services to enhance your vehicle's performance. Our mission is simple. We never promise more than we can deliver, and we always give the customer more than they expect. Because at Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer's number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot. Paul Beers of KJM Financial has these free workshops coming up to take the stress out of college planning. Spots are limited and filling up, so register right now to secure your spot.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
At Pasquarella Brothers, we love creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pasquarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
Time for the second half here at Rutgers Newark in this USL2 duel between Morris Elite and Staten Island ASC. Robbie Basil alongside Josh Solomon here for what has been an interesting duel so far. It's Morris Elite leading by a score of 1-0, but it was the Junie Lee goal that might have taken a deflection that ended up in the back of the net and has our score line where it is at 1-0.
Absolutely, Robbie. A tale of, I would say, the first half in terms of, in the beginning of it, the first 20 minutes, Morris Elite pouncing on and off the ball on defense, making sure that they were pressuring any Staten Island player that had it, and then on offense, creating opportunities. But what happened with Staten Island wasn't even letting those shots get towards the goalkeeper. They were keeping it before the goalkeeper, before it even reached him. And then the second half of things, of the first half, a little confusing, but Morris Elite foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Staten Island had an opportunity, but it took a counterattack. It took Junie Lee to get that goal and got it right before halftime. This momentum might carry into the second half. We'll see. There's been obviously that 15-minute break in between, so I don't know what Staten Island talked about, but I'm excited to watch the second half. It should be a fun one.
Second half underway. Here's Malachi Daniel with a duel with Campoli, but Morris Lee are able to win it back, and we're getting an immediate foul. Miguel Espinosa is the one who was the guilty party that time.
Also, a big storyline, Robbie, was that sub-in of Yanis Sapim.
Not a lot so far from him. He was the one who got the yellow card earlier on.
There was the substitution that he came early on in the first half thinking of being a difference maker, and not only did we not call his name a lot, but he also got that yellow card, and there's 2 yellow cards against Staten Island so far. Very interested in, why that might have been a decision, and so far, not really working out for Staten Island.
Here's the ball in the wide areas with Yee. He was trying to find, I believe, Irvin Sula, but it goes out of play, and a little bit of an errant touch from Yee. A back line that has been rock solid through the first 45, and are going to need to create to have a similar performance in order to find a way to grab a major 3 points here at home in the home opener for Morris Elite in USL2, in a day where we saw rain and then sunshine and then rain again, and now gorgeous sunshine. But now as the sun is going down, as Josh mentioned before, the sun going down was in the face of the Morris Elite goalkeeper, and now it was supposed to be in the face of Staten Island's goalkeeper and Perlman, but the sun's gone down enough where it's really not going to affect Perlman throughout the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Robbie. So you can kind of...
The narrative was there. The narrative was there.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it anymore, though, for either side. So nothing to worry about when it comes to the weather conditions. We kind of talked about it earlier in this doubleheader with the women's side and the rain maybe affecting them slipping on the pitch. So now nothing in terms of weather or field conditions to worry about, just some fun soccer to watch in the second half.
And we're going to get a foul, something to be brought back. Might have been against Faustine. As mentioned, the forward playing on the wing from Trinidad and Tobago. You mentioned Trinidad before, the national team that beat the U.S. Faustine making caps for the under-15s national team for Trinidad and Tobago. There's a ball over the top in the direction of Rubis, but it's too far, and Perlman collects and will distribute right away. And Staten Island trying to find a way to progress up the field. Pass intended for Faustine. Deflected out initially by Yi and then Juni Lee. I know they sound similar, but it's 2 different players, and play will continue. Will be resumed on the near side. Long clearance into the Morris Elite half, but it was headed back by Tolkien. And Molina collects and will move it over to Zach Feldman, starting right back, who's had a solid day for himself as well. We were talking about earlier on his duel throughout the match with Seth Powder, the strong forward from the Bronx, the 19 in white. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here's a cross by Yee, centering pass, but couldn't find anyone in the box, and it will go out of play. Good hustle by Carbonic.
Trying to get a sprawling diving effort to keep that ball in play. It heads elsewhere, being Staten Island's way, and they'll send it right back down and try and get an opportunity for them on offense. But it seems as, I thought it deflected out on Staten Island, but actually on Morris Elite's a low-key possession. Another throw-in.
Indeed, it will be a throw-in taken by Staten Island. They go a little bit of a long throw. Chested down by Daniel. Trying to find Powder, but it was intercepted by Benjamin Luengo. Still plenty of time for many things to happen in this match. And if you've seen our broadcast through the first 2 days of home matches here on Morris Elite TV, you probably will know that insanity can happen, especially in the latter stages right before the 90 or in stoppage time like we saw in the women's match on Wednesday night. There's a good attempted through ball intended for Carbonic, but it was taken away. And now Staten Island are moving. Roca was trying to find Seth Powder, but now Morris Elite go the other way with Junie Lee. And now it's going to go wide to Carbonic. Olivier Carbonic, low cross, blocked by Sapim. And cleared out only to as far as Zach Feldman. Ball go all the way back to Campoli. Morris Elite trying to find a second goal. Ball over the top, but too far for Lee. And it goes into the hands of Leo Perlman, the Staten Island native, in goal. You talked about international players. One we have not talked about is Noah Roca, the native of Vienna, Austria. So we have a little bit of Central America and a little bit of Europe on this side as well, with European experience like a player like Roca, who plays at Oakland, which for those who don't know is not in California in terms of college. Playing out in the Horizon League, an all-freshman member. But he saw his side get dispossessed, and Morris Elite are back in possession again on the near side. Ball goes all the way back to Rosa. That's with Campoli. Morris Elite, who have been really good in terms of keeping possession. We haven't seen a lot of turnovers. When they have possession like this, Josh, we haven't seen a lot of turnovers from Morris Elite. Not a lot of errant passes so far, as referees thought was going to play advantage. Whereas with Olivier Carbonic, and his duel continues with Kamara. Now it's with Daniel, wide to Kamara. But his pass is flicked away and out of bounds by Feldman. A little bit of mini acrobatics to get that one out of play. Morris Elite 1, Staten Island 0 in minute 54, as this one's flicked on but out of play for a goal kick over the end line. Morris Elite have yet to make a substitution. Staten Island made one already, with Yanis Sapim coming on for Maziko Jaya inside of 25 minutes or so. But so far, hasn't made the biggest impact.
Besides picking up that yellow card, of course.
Did get the yellow card earlier on. Here's a ball over the top in the direction of Junie Lee, but he was deemed offsides. Assistant referee right there to make the call on the from the opposite side, but it was Lee who was offsides that time.
It's a good idea trying to find Lee over the top. A nice through ball delivered, but just a little bit past the final Staten Island player. That one deemed offsides, as you just mentioned, Robbie.
Here's Noah Roca, but another interception by Yi. And now Morris Elite might have some speed up the pitch, but outside of the boot pass by Junie Lee started to create an opportunity, but was all for naught as ball goes from end to end and now was at the feet of Molina, and now it's with Campoli.
Yi almost caught up to that ball before Perelman did. And then it would have been a one-on-one with the keeper, a decision whether to try and chip it over the keeper or try and dribble past him. But luckily for Staten Island, Perelman got to that ball first, but a closer race than I think many expected.
Ball's on the outside with Feldman. Now with Rosso. Good challenge. And now Staten Island with an opportunity. Brilliant save. Big save, right hand by Molina, keeps this game at 1-0.
And yeah, just that's one counter-attacking opportunity that Staten Island takes advantage of. a shot attempt on goal by Sapim. We talked about how he didn't really have much since he got brought on, but that one, a really big shot and even a bigger save by Molina, reaching up and touching that ball and pushing it out of bounds.
Cross back post, flicked away by Morris Elite, now with Roca. Roca drops it off. Another ball into the box, headed away for a moment by Morris Elite's Campoli. And now it's back into the wide areas with Espinosa. Low cross hit away by Tolkien. And now Morris Elite want to go. Junie Lee flicks it on to the winger in Sula, and he's going to be the one to win the free kick.
Yeah, Sula goes down there. Morris Elite can slow things down if they want to.
We've seen them slow it down in this game a little bit, and it hasn't worked as well as you would think. But when they're playing with speed and when they're playing with pace, it's something that's really worked out for them so far. But with speed or not, with pace or not, is another way to put it, they are still in front in this match, and unfortunately they turned it over that time.
Yeah.
Low ball and a through ball opportunity, 1v1 for Faustine, but Matias Molina with an excellent clearance coming out of his 6-yard box and hitting it out of play for a throw.
Yi and Rubis just couldn't connect on that one. Both kind of in disgust at each other.
Faustine back post ball. No one really there, but it's back to Seth Powder. Powder progressing. Powder drops it off. It's Roca, and the ball hit away and now cleared out by Yi. Nice flick by Sapim. And it's hit out of play for a throw. And we have a player down for Morris Elite. It looks like it's Yi, the left back. And we'll see if he needs any assistance. Referee saying we don't know if he needs assistance yet. Yanni Sapim is saying like he might need it. The referee says hold on. Let him get to his feet. Sapim's duel with Yi ends the throw, and Yi will continue. As we're approaching the hour mark here in the Morris Elite USL2 home opener. Into the 58th minute. Throw in taken by Yi, headed down for a moment by Sirag. But cleared eventually by the Morris Elite back line. Espinosa had it for a moment. As we're going to get play continuing. Faustine with a physical duel with Yi. Now Faustine gets taken down. It's going to be outside the box. And we're going to see what the decision will be here. Will this be a card? Likely no. Much to the frustration of the Staten Island technical area. But here we go, Josh. Big set piece coming for Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Island is pleased with that one not being a card drawn out of the pocket of the referee, but this sets up a very interesting opportunity right on the corner of the box, like it would be a normal corner, but about 10 yards in from where it normally would be.
One-man wall for Morris Elite. Numbers all over the, spread all over the 18-yard box. It will be taken by Espinosa. Whipped in by Espinosa, back post delivery. No one was able to get to that one. And we'll roll all the way over the far side touchline and out for a throw.
Morris Elite.
We will have a substitution.
2 players are coming on for Morris Elite.
One of them being Tino Puentes.
And Gio Rivera is the other player.
So one coming off will be Irvin Sula. So Sula off. Also coming off is Olivier Carbonic, who had a fantastic performance tonight. It's Carbonic along with Sula off, replaced by Gio Rivera being one of the subs in, and Tino Puentes. So forwards players listed as forwards replaced by midfielders. Throw-in taken down the line, and it'll be another throw-in coming from Morris Elite as we have eclipsed the hour mark. Half an hour to go plus stoppage time. So as mentioned, Puentes on for Morris Elite along with Gio Rivera. Here's Yi. And a little bit of miscommunication there on the near side as we have a throw-in taken quickly. And that ball will head out of bounds. And it'll go the direction of Staten Island, and we're going to get likely a talking to between some Morris Elite defenders. And talking with the center referee. As we wait for play to resume, 62nd minute. Morris Elite's lone goal courtesy of a strike from outside the 18 by Junie Lee. As we're still waiting for play to resume as the referee still hasn't finished talking to Pablo Rosso, who was the one getting the talking to that time. Chirag takes the throw near side. Faustine over to Roca. Morris Elite are able to come and collect and create a turnover. Here's Rosso. Now Luengo progressing in the midfield. But good tracking back as well by Miguel Espinosa, but Morris Elite still have it. Here's Rubis. Over to Yi. Now it's wide. Morris Elite trying to create something different. That was with Tino Puentes, who's come in and taken over on the left wing. Here's Yi. And that ball will be deflected out for a throw.
Morris Elite making those substitutions, trying to beef up that midfield with some fresher legs, trying to hold that lead of 1-0 over Staten Island here as we have gone past the hour mark. So, you know, those legs of the players who were on the starting 11, who have played this game throughout, might be a little more tired.
Throw-in taken. And the ball will head down the sideline. See who it's pointing to. It'll be a throw-in for
Morris Elite, it seems
No, it's going to be... It'll be out of play for a throw. The fourth official actually pointed to a deflection, which is one of the reasons why he's there. But the ball went out of play. It was deflected initially, says the fourth official and the center referee.
It's going to be thrown in by Jaden Williams.
It will be Jaden Williams to take the throw-in. Down the line, flicked on by Morris Elite multiple times, but Williams in pursuit, able to keep the possession alive. Numbers on the break now for Staten Island. Play on, says the referee. Espinosa dancing around defenders. It's Daniel, extra pass to Faustine. Lofted ball far post, looking for Powder, but headed away by Campoli, and now we're going to get a foul on the far side. You're seeing glimpses of what we could possibly be watching, like the style and the progressing of play from Staten Island. We haven't said a lot about their attack. We didn't say a lot about it in the first half. But in the second half, it's looking like they're growing into the game more. But Morris Elite have been holding strong through the first 65 minutes. Here's a long ball over the top that goes all the way back to the feet of Perlman, who hasn't had a lot to do excluding a save or two. He was the one who conceded the goal that was scored by Junie Lee.
Yeah, this guy on the ball right here, Yanis Sapim, was clearly frustrated at the free kick call earlier, just moments ago, was very upset about it.
Here's a throw-in that will be going for Staten Island right by the the corner flag. And will be taken by Jaden Williams. Set pieces could be a difference maker. It hasn't really been like that so far. There have been a couple clear-cut chances, but nothing in the back of the net from a set piece. Long throw headed away initially. Ball flicked on and into the back of the net. Staten Island has found their response. It is an equalizer, and it's Yanis Sapim who's found the back of the net.
And Morris Elite is absolutely flustered. The entire team is confused. Why isn't that offsides? One player actually got a yellow card because of his disgust with the assistant referee and is still speaking with him right now. As Staten Island has leveled things up.
In an unlikely turn of events, Morris Elite have dominated the majority of this match. Concede an unlikely equalizer in minute 67. And it's Yanis Sapim, who I believe was the goal scorer.
And I believe it was Andrea Campoli who immediately went over to the assistant referee and said, how is that not offsides? I believe he is the Morris Elite player who ended up getting a yellow card, but it wasn't just him. At least 6 to 10 Morris Elite players collectively going to the assistant referee on the sideline and saying, how are you not calling that offsides? Regardless of their anger at this point, it's still a 1-1 game, and Morris Elite has to now turn their attention away from that goal, like in the back of their mind as if it never happened.
Here's a flick through ball in the direction of the 19 of Rubis, but it will go into the hands of Perlman. Long ball over the top in the direction of Daniel, but it's intercepted by so play continues, 1 goal apiece here in this USL League 2 home opener for Morris Elite. Morris Elite side that has dominated the majority of this match, but a set piece, like we mentioned, has caused an unlikely equalizer for Staten Island. But Morris Elite trying to progress down the left wing, but interception there by the 20 of Sarag, and long switch hit out of play and out for a throw. Throw-in taken and passed backwards. And Staten Island have really grown into the second half, but you're still seeing a lot of pressure from Morris Elite.
Yeah, they're probably going to even turn on to another gear, or at least attempt to after that Sapim goal. Obviously caused some frustration on the field. But again, like I was starting to say, when Morris Elite almost had an opportunity, as I'll get to it again in a second.
Here's Faustine with pace and a great work to block that shot by Peter Tolkien. Staten Island progressing through the midfield with Malachi Daniel. He has it again on that far wing. It's still Malachi Daniel and a great challenge. And it's going to go out of play for a throw. And it's going to go Morris Elite's way, but we're likely going to have to wait for a resumption of play as Malachi Daniel remains on the ground, on the turf.
So as Malachi Daniel is looked at by the referee, finishing my thought was just that Morris Elite has to put that goal in the back of their minds, forget it ever happened, and focus fully on the moment right now. And the moment is the score is a tie at 1-1, and there's a possibility to still win this game. There's plenty of time to do so. So that has to be Morris Elite's focus from now on. And this is a rough scene right here.
This might not be great, as Malachi Daniel remains on the ground and has not the sight you want to see. Hopefully he is okay. We'll step aside for a brief moment as the trainers tend to Malachi Daniel.
From forced hot air and hot water baseboards to steam heat and heat pumps, it doesn't matter if it's oil, natural gas, propane, or electricity. Let us help you feel the energy. B.A. Colella Heating and Cooling. Let your comfort be our concern.
Back here at Rutgers Newark, here in Newark, New Jersey, Morris Elite and Staten Island. Play will resume. It looks like Malachi Daniel has received treatment and is actually okay and is about to head back on the pitch. It looked like it could have been much worse for the center forward from Staten Island himself. There's a attempted switch that goes out of play and is out for a throw, and we're going to get a substitution for Morris Elite. It's Andre Sardinia coming onto the pitch, and he will be replacing Matthew Yee, so will be the 7 of Yee off, and he is replaced by the 15 of Andre Sardinia. There's the ball heading towards the sideline. But Morris Elite, you're able to keep it in. So Morris Elite and a 1-1 tie with Staten Island. They were dominant throughout the match so far. But in the last couple of minutes, it's been Staten Island who have turned to another gear and are able to find an unlikely equalizer off a set piece. And now they're pushing forward again. Powder moving forward. Referee will be blowing the whistle for a foul. So a dangerous set piece opportunity coming for Staten Island.
Staten Island going to have a chance to take advantage from a very good free kick position, basically right in front of the net, almost completely at the middle, about maybe 5 yards behind the box. Definitely an opportunity where you're close enough to take a shot. We'll have to see who that shot taker would be.
Distance will be, if counted correctly, about 28 yards, give or take 3. 2 players over the ball. It is Daniel and Faustin, correction. One player on either side of the ball. It's Daniel currently over it. We'll see what they do. It's Faustin, and it's saved by Molina. Big save there by the goalkeeper from Seton Hall. One of the bigger moments in the match. Major set piece. Molina cool, calm, and collected. So it remains 1 apiece, at least for the time being. It's Campoli. Wide to the right back in Feldman. He gets dispossessed, and we're going to get a foul. Powder was the one who will win the free kick. With 15 minutes to go plus stoppage time. An opportunity for for Staten Island to possibly go out and get a second, but with the way Morris Elite has played throughout this match, like we said with the first goal, it could be an unlikely 2 goals. With the way Morris Elite were dominant through the first half and about the first hour, but Staten Island have been great. And here's a ball through to Faustine, saved by Molina. Play will continue after that sliding challenge. And another sliding challenge by Roca. And we'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper in Perleman. Very interesting last few minutes. There's a nice challenge there by Feldman. And now Morris Elite want to go. Ball is now wide with Tino Puentes. Now it is with Rubis. Overlapping is Sardinia. Back to Puentes. He'll drop it off for Rosso. Morris Elite went ahead in the first half, courtesy of Junie Lee. They're trying to find their second. In the wide areas with Rubis. Rubis, Los, cross. Initial strike by Lee, blocked. Play continues. Lee puts one back in the box, but it was headed away. Only to as far as Rosso, but it's taken away by Malachi Daniel. Daniel gets taken down. Play continues, and Morris Elite force a turnover. And big challenge there on the far side. That's won by Staten Island. Faustine dueling with Sardinia. And we're going to get a yellow card, I believe, on the far side. It might be a card. It might be a quick talking to with the assistant referee, just to confirm who might be the guilty party. This is one of those moments as a referee that is trying to confirm what you've seen. This likely results in a card, so we'll see what happens next. The interesting part is, how much stoppage time will we have? That's a question that you'll have to ask as the game goes on. And looks like we're going to get a yellow card for Malachi Daniel, possibly. He's off. Malachi Daniel has been sent off. Incredible scenes. Another shocking development. A red card to Malachi Daniel in the 79th minute. Staten Island are down to 10. There was a discussion between the center referee and his far side assistant. Malachi Daniel has been sent off with about 12 minutes to go. I haven't seen something like this in a very long time. Play being stopped, assistant referee called over, and a red card. Incredible scenes.
So Malachi Smith was also supposed to be involved in a substitution momentarily. It was going to be, he was going to sub off for Brendan McGuire. That red card is going to change things there. Still look out for another sub in terms of Staten Island. But this is unbelievable, Robbie. A complete turn of events, especially in a match that's 1-1 right now, and you have an extra man. Morris Elite has an opportunity to fully take advantage.
Morris Elite will likely really have to go for it now. There was an additional yellow card. It was another yellow card handed out. Not really sure to who. So a very interesting last couple of minutes. But what we do know is that Malachi Daniel has been sent off. If you're just joining us now, Malachi Daniel has been sent off with minutes to go. And now we're going to have the referee run over. We'll see what this is about. Likely getting a explanation on the decision by the center referee.
And Robbie, I mean, you have to keep an eye on how this is going to affect the match, because we're coming up on the 82nd minute. This has been going on for almost 5 minutes. This stoppage time is going to be very crucial to this game. With how long this has taken for not only the red card to be handing out, checking with one of the assistant referees, but then going over to explain it to Staten Island's manager, this whole process, and now substitutions being added on, this is going to be a lot of added time, so definitely keep that in mind in about 10 minutes when we get to that point.
We're likely going to have some changes coming in. It'll be a change, one for each side. Rosso is off. He's replaced by Brian Canales. And Chandler Young is on for Staten Island. Not sure who he came off for.
Chandler Young has come on for Seth Powder.
So Powder, who is also almost on a yellow card, he is the one who comes off, and Staten Island forced an immediate turnover. Long shot and attempt by, that was Espinosa. What a very odd turn of events that no one could have seen coming. So Staten Island a man down for the final 8 minutes in stoppage time. Espinosa forces a turnover, but immediately giving it back up was Young. So it was a weird stoppage, the whole sequence, and it ended, usually when you see moments like that, it ends poorly. And it ends with a decision that could really affect the way this game ends. Referee says he got the ball. Chandler Young going for a big diagonal, but Faustine was nowhere near the ball. As play continues, Morris Elite with likely plenty of time. Probably, if you had to guess, if I had to give an assumption right now, there will likely be about 7 added minutes, give or take a few.
I'd say at least.
At least 7. And a man up with the 7 minutes remaining in the 90. Here's a reckless challenge. Faustine already on a yellow. He's going to be off. Staten Island are down to the 9.
Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable scenes here at Frederick Douglass Field. Wow. 9 players remain for Staten Island. Morris Elite now has about, in total, 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to take the lead in a 1-1 contest.
Yanis Sapim sent off for 2 yellow cards.
He's absolutely dumbfounded. He does not know how it has gotten to this point. Robbie, in the span of minutes, the entire course of this match has changed completely.
This game went from 11 v 11. And minutes ago, a first red card shown to Malachi Daniel. And then just seconds ago now, a second yellow handed to Yanis Sapim, the goal scorer for Staten Island earlier in this match, who scored off of a failed clearance and tapped one home to earn an unlikely equalizer.
And now more discussion with Staten Island's manager and the assistant referees trying to figure out just what has gone against his squad's way here in the last few minutes of the second half.
5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time we will have. This is insanity
and
going on.
More words. Let's see if
this could be trouble.
Oh wow!
It will be a yellow card. The center referee has heard enough. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be going towards a coach or someone in the bench. But plenty of cards have been given out in this match, including 2 red ones. 2 red cards in this match. I did not think in a USL2 home opener we'd see 2 red cards.
I do believe that went to the manager of Staten Island. And
so after all that, 4 minutes.
Still a free kick to take.
We do have a free kick to take. Whipped in, back post, long delivery, but it's over everyone. Tolkien was the intended target, but way too far in.
And now if you're Staten Island, I would say, obviously hold on to the ball as long as you can, but when you don't have the ball, you really have to park the bus and hope for a 1-1 draw to end this match. You're down 2 players. I don't want to say it's easy because you're down 2 players, but in another term, it's all you have to do is just hold on for these last 10-ish minutes.
Staten Island down to 9 after getting multiple red cards, and there's also, I believe, a couple players on the pitch on a yellow.
There has to be. I mean, there's been so many cards that have been handed out to Staten Island players, and even one against the away manager, that someone has to be, at least one player has to be on a yellow that's on the pitch right now.
Here's a throw and taken on the far side. Intended for Chandler. Aerial duel won by Morris Elite. 2 men up. Can they find a winner? Progressing through down the left wing. It's up top. A little 1-2. Can Morris Elite find it? Chipped on. Inside the 18. No shot so far. There was another shot by Loenko, and it was only partially cleared. Tolkien with it. Tolkien progressing. Tolkien goes wide. Nice challenge there by Young.
Morris Elite trying to find the perfect shot right now, and it's not going to come. You just got to throw them at the net in any means necessary, and it's not even their throwing. It's Staten Island. Right now, they're doing the best that they can to hold this Morris Elite team to not getting any shots on goal. But at the same time, they're getting really picky with their opportunities. And you can't do that when the other team is down 2 men. You just got to go for it.
Morris Elite trying, progressing up the pitch, but only for a moment as there's a good work at an initial interception, but Morris Elite get it right back. There's a long switch to the feet of Rubis. Morris Elite moving forward. There's Canales. Canales getting past 2, trying to find Lee, but it was intercepted. But then taken right back. Morris Elite trying to find their goal. The ball is too far for Lee, and it'll be out for a goal kick, as we're going to get a change on the near coming from Staten Island. It is the 25 of, I believe that's going to be Kischenko. Nicholas Kischenko is the one coming on. He will be replacing what looks to be the captain in Miguel Espinosa. So it's Kischenko replacing Espinosa. So they're likely going tactically with a 4-4. Into the 90th minute we go. Staten Island trying to slow this game down as much as possible. Morris Elite trying to find a winner, 2 men up. Here's another duel in the midfield won by Morris Elite. Now it's with Canales. Switch goes wide to Feldman. Now it's with Canales in the midfield. That was Lee. Good bit of play from Morris Elite. And a great chance and a great goal. That should be the winner. Benjamin Luengo has scored for Morris Elite. A goal that can change so many here in the Metro. Morris Elite have done it. 90th minute. And it's a goal for Morris Elite. Incredible scenes.
An amazing goal, finally for Morris Elite. And by the way, another yellow card was handed out on the opposite end of the field. We had to figure out what player that was who ended up getting it.
It was Kischenko.
Kischenko, the recent substitution who just came on maybe even a minute ago. But finally, a goal for Morris Elite to celebrate, up 2 men, 11-9 on the field right now. They cash in. But remember, on the other end for Staten Island, it's an unlikely chance, but there still is a chance with how much added time will be in this match. There'll be plenty to share between both squads.
As we're into stoppage time from the signal. You ready for this, folks? Minimum of 7, and it likely will go to 9. Up the pitch we go in the direction of Kischenko. The goal was scored by Luengo for Morris Elite. And an unlikely turn of events. Morris Elite. It was a beautiful bit of 1-2 play at the top of the 18. And now a duel in the midfield, won by Canales. Numbers on the break. Junie Lee gets a big shoulder-to-shoulder. Almost a foul at the top of the 18, and now a duel in the midfield. 9 added minutes is the confirmed number. We thought it was 7, it will be 9, it could be more. A shoulder-to-shoulder challenge that almost resulted in possible more trouble, but Morris Elite are able to maintain possession for now. Question is, will they push for a third to really seal the deal? It's wide with Feldman. And now a good bit of play in the midfield with Morris Elite. Will they try and go for a third? 2 men up. They are progressing. They are moving up the pitch into the 18-yard box. Good work there by the 5 of Jaden Williams to hit it out of play, but it will be a corner. Excellent work by Tino Puentes. Incredible.
Well, Robbie,
what a story we've had in this match. We've had it all. Red cards, I believe over 30 fouls. and multiple game-changing goals.
This is crazy. I don't think I've seen a match like this ever. With the 2 red cards, the yellow card to the manager, a player who just subbed on getting a card as early as he did. That had to be a card within 90 seconds of subbing on to the pitch. This has been unbelievable. But in the grand scheme of things, the story is that Morris Elite has a 2-1 victory, and they're practically celebrating by the corner flag at this point.
Game's still not over, but Morris Elite in the driver's seat with about 5 minutes and change to go. 9 added minutes here at the end of this one. Here's a reckless challenge right outside the 18-yard box. This could be trouble as well. There will be no card for now.
This is a really interesting area where Morris Elite can attack. I feel like it's too far on the left.
Ooh, this could be trouble. This could be trouble. This could be real trouble. Could this be a second yellow? It's going to be, ooh. And that might have been a yellow for Junie Lee for touching the official. So a yellow that could have initially gone initially towards Kischenko, which would have been a second yellow, turns into a yellow for Junie Lee. Wild scenes in USL2 tonight. Just what you would want in a home opener. Absolute insanity.
I feel like we had that for both sides now. You can say it really. For the women's side on Wednesday and how that match ended with a game winner in the final minute. And now on the other side for complete different reasons, but still an unbelievable match to watch.
We'll see what Morris Elite do. It goes back post, but it was headed away. And now Morris Elite with Tino Puentes in the corner. Puentes escapes. Puentes down the end line. It's out of play for a goal kick. So, if you think about how much original added time there was, there's about 3 minutes to go. The issue is that Morris Elite scored in stoppage time.
Along with that yellow card, too.
Along with the yellow card, so we could possibly see over 100 minutes of gameplay tonight. Here's a reckless challenge, but referee says play on. 2 players down. Progressing is Rubis. Rubis cuts, but it's taken away by Kischenko and hit forward by Staten Island's defense. Well, kept in from oh, this could be dangerous. Kischenko could be in major trouble, but he gets away with that one. Josh, I don't know about you, but I saw a little bit of a high elbow. Let's take a look at that last play again. It might have just missed, but it looked like that could have been a little bit of a high elbow there. And VAR, if we had it, could have possibly shown us our 3rd red card of the match. As a referee myself, I haven't given out a red card really ever before.
Would you have done so for that play?
It's a difficult one, you know. And, of course, there's different perspectives where we are standing, as there's an offside, Junie Lee, just a little bit offside. You have your argument for it because it looked like he was leading with the elbow, but referee must have seen something different, but you understand why there were multiple red cards.
Oh, look at this. Junie Lee gets
hit
taken down. A little bit of a flop. We'll see if that ends up in a card, though. We're just telling them to get out of the way.
And this could be a very interesting end as we are heading into minute number 98. Hit forward by Perlman in the direction of Kischenko. Duel won by Feldman. Hit forward by Campoli. And now Morris Elite across midfield. Let's see what they do. If they try and hold possession, we're going to get a foul. Chandler Young.
Such a chippy end to this match, Robbie.
With the way it's going.
We have a foul call every 20 seconds. These guys can't play through it. I mean, I understand it. That should be a handball.
Play will resume. Referee says no. It's an advantage.
That should be it. That's a handball on Campoli. We saw it clearly from up here, but regardless, play on.
Play will continue. Referee says advantage. And Morris Elite progressing forward into minute 99. Right into the final seconds of the originally 9 allocated minutes. Travella cross, top of the box. Spinning away in a long, ambitious attempt by Gio Rivera.
Rivera tried to turn around and get to that right foot. Does so eventually, but that one just sent too high. And everyone, including us, staring now at that clock. We're in the 99th minute.
Hit forward in the direction of Kischenko, and a 2-hand shove, but play will continue again. Oh, this could be dangerous. This could be really dangerous. We might have our 3rd red. It might be in the way of Kischenko. He's off. A 3rd red.
Unbelievable.
It's a 3rd red for Staten Island.
And you have to think about this in a different way, Robbie. Not even in this match, but how is this going to affect Staten Island in the short term? Looking ahead to future matches, they're not going to be able to play their players. And it's not just 1, it's not just 2, it's 3.
And you saw the immediate reaction of head coach Gravanisi really getting right up there with the 4th official. A little bit of shouting there here at the touchline by the 4th official. As we're into minute number 100. We still have a long way to go, it feels like. But all we know is that we had not one, not two, but 3 red cards, all against Staten Island, as we're into minute 101. And that will do it from Newark, New Jersey. Morris Elite find a way in the end as they're able to secure 3 points in a victory over Staten Island tonight. It could be a feisty end, but as we wait to say goodbye. A very interesting match indeed, featuring 3 red cards. And it's a match that went back and forth for a while, but it will end with Morris Elite victorious. A winner by Benjamin Luengo seals the deal. Here in the 92nd minute, that's when the winner was scored. But this is where we will say goodbye from Newark. A doubleheader that was split by the men's and women's teams, as Morris Elite men's side gets a major 3 points at home in their home opener. A dramatic one this evening, and this match will end after over 100 minutes of action. It ends Morris Elite 2, Staten Island 1 for our entire crew here in Newark. Alongside my great color commentator and PA announcer, Josh Solomon. I'm Robbie Basil saying good night from Newark. Once again, the final score, Morris Elite 2, Staten Island 1. Sula, his cross, a shot and a block. Good work there by the Staten Island defense. Morris Elite had a really good effort.
Something that, the women's team kind of struggled with early on in their game. Here's another chance.
It is an opportunity. It's Sula on his shot blocked again. Another block shot for Staten Island.
I will say on the opposite end. Look at this.
Forced by Roca.
Another one.
Another interception. And another long shot, but goes just wide. You can hear the good switch created by Monticelli. And now a run towards the end line. First cross block, second block denied. Good work there by Matthew Yee, causing problem brightness towards the bottom and on the left side. Coming into the sunny side of the pitch was Powder, and he takes down the 20, give or take 5. It'll be Luengo to take with multiple numbers in the box. Whipped in, back post, headed on, but wide. That was Kemp. Good battle with Malachi Daniel, and he gets away from one. Malachi Daniel progressing. Malachi Daniel just wide. But he's getting opportunities. Nice flick there by Junie Lee to keep it in.
Gonna have to assume it'll be pretty close, the time given in terms of the 45.
The yellow card. There's Carbonic. A great through ball. Junie Lee with it. It's Lee! Too easy for Junie Lee! And now an interception. And now Morris Elite progressing into the 18-yard box. Luengo, back post delivery. Headed on, but a little bit too high. Ball's on the outside with Feldman. Now with Rosso. Good challenge. And now Staten Island with an opportunity. Brilliant save! But nothing in the back of the net from a set piece. Long throw headed away initially. Ball flicked on and into the back of the net. Staten Island has found their response. We'll see what they do. It's Faustine, and it's saved by Molina. Big save there by the goalkeeper from Seton Hall. Staten Island have been great. And here's a ball through to Faustine, saved by Molina. Big challenge there on the far side. That's won by Staten Island. Faustine dueling with Sardinia. And We're going to get a yellow card, I believe, on the far side. A man up with the 7 minutes remaining in the 90. Here's a reckless challenge. Faustine already on a yellow. He's going to be off. Staten Island are down to the 9. And it chipped on inside the 18. No shot so far. There was another shot. Field. That was Lee. Good bit of play from Morris Elite. And a great chance and a great goal. That should be the winner.